What's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist, and today doing a Master Duel Tri-Brigade deck profile. So I'm really excited to do this for you guys because this deck is an extremely consistent deck that's super fun to play on Master Duel because of how easy it is to turbo out your boss monsters like Shirog the Ominous Omen. So without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell there so you can become part of Notification Squad, and definitely check out the Patreon down in the description below for all those awesome rewards. Like getting your name description in a single video, getting assigned cards in the mail, and even getting to request a deck profile every single month to your Patreon. So without further ado, let's get straight on into this. So first off, we're going to be playing 3 copies of Tri-Brigade Fractal. Fractal is definitely a 3 of in the build, and this card is one of the most important cards in the entire deck. With the ability that you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard to send a level 3 or lower Beast, Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast monster from your deck to the graveyard, which is great to be able to use this card's ability to send your copy of Tri-Brigade Kit to the grave, which in turn will send Nirval, and then search out your copy of Karas, which is full combo for this deck. And all of your main deck Tri-Brigade monsters actually share an amazing common effect that you can banish any number of Beast, Beast Warrior, and or Wing Beast monsters in your graveyard to be able to special summon a Beast, Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast Link monster from your extract with a link rating equal to the number of banished cards, which is a really cool effect for them to have, to be able to basically just banish any number of cards from your graveyard that are Beast, Beast Warrior, Wing Beast, to be able to summon out a monster from the extract that is the same link rating that is also a Beast, Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast, which is just so cool about these cards. We then play 3 copies of Tri-Brigade Kit. Tri-Brigade Kit's ability is basically, if this card touches the graveyard, you send a copy of Nirval from your deck to the grave, which is the main effect that you're going to use on this card. That if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can send a Tri-Brigade card from your deck to the grave, which is usually always going to be your copy of Nirval you're sending to the grave. We then play 3 copies of Tri-Brigade Nirval. Nirval is definitely a 3 of in the build because this card has an amazing ability that if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add a Tri-Brigade monster from your deck to your hand, except another copy of this card, which is an amazing ability to search out cards like Tri-Brigade Karas. Karas is really good as a 2 of in the build because it is searchable off your copy of Nirval, but this card has a really cool ability that you can discard one other Beast, Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast monster to special summon this card from your hand, which is great to just instantly get this card out on your side of the field so you can use its ability and start summoning out Link monsters, which is just really amazing. We then play 3 copies of Rescue Cat. Rescue Cat is just really good as a 3 of in the build because it's going to get you 2 monsters out on your side of the field, and has the ability you can send this card to the graveyard to special summon out 2 level 3 or lower beast monsters from your deck, which is great to be able to instantly get monsters out on your side of the field so you can start link climbing into our boss monsters. We then play a single copy of Miss Valley Apex Avian. Miss Valley Apex Avian is great as a 1 of in this deck to be able to summon out with the Smorg Link monster, and it's just great to be able to use in this deck because this card is a walking negate. We then play a single copy of DD Crow. DD Crow is really good in the deck because it is searchable, which is really nice, and this card is just amazing in the deck as a 1 of to basically banish a card out of your opponent's grave. We then play 3 copies of Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom's a definite 3 of in the deck just to stop your opponent from touching the deck. We then play 3 copies of Max C. This card is crazy that this card is still at 3 in Master Duel, and this card lets us draw a card every time our opponent special summons the turn that you activate this card. It's just such a powerful hand trap overall that you've got to play it at 3 in just about every deck you play on Master Duel. It's just such a powerful card. We then play 3 copies of Effect Veiler. Effect Veiler is really good at negating our opponent's monster effects. We then play 2 copies of Nibiru. Nibiru is also really good in this deck to basically just break your opponent's board. It's just a great card overall. We then play 2 copies of Psyframe Gear Gamma. Psyframe Gear Gamma is definitely a 2 of in the build to go along with our 1 of copy of Driver, just to basically stop our opponent from hand trapping us while we're going in for our plays. I really like these cards in the deck to basically just stop your opponent's monster effects, but mainly we're using these cards in the deck to stop our opponent from hand trapping us. And then it's really important to do that because you want to be able to resolve your Tri-Brigade monsters' abilities. So that's it for the monsters, guys. Let's get in to the spells. So for the spells, we're going to start with a single copy of Crossout Designator. Crossout Designator is definitely a one-of in the build, basically just to stop our opponent from hand-trapping us while we're going in for our plays. We then play 2 copies of Called by the Grave. These cards are really good in the deck to basically just stop our opponent from hand-trapping us, along with our copies of Gamma. Just make sure that we're not going to get hand-trapped while we're trying to go in for our Tri-Brigade plays. We're then playing 3 copies of Fire Formation Tenki. Fire Formation Tenki is an amazing 3-of in the deck that searches out our copy of Frogtall directly from our deck to our hand, which is just really good to be able to grab that card from our deck to our hand so we can start going in for our plays and go through the line of sending our copy of Frogtall to grave, then send our copy of Kit, then send Nearval, search Karass, and then go full combo from there. So this card is basically a 1-card combo in the deck. So that's it for the spells, guys. Let's get in to the traps. So for the traps, we're going to be playing a single copy of Tri-Brigade Revolt. Tri-Brigade Revolt is crazy in this deck as one-of because this card is basically like Soul Charge. It has the ability to special summon a number of your Beast Warrior, and or Wing Beast monsters that are banished and or in your graveyard, but negate their effects, then immediately as effect resolves, link summon a Tri-Brigade Link monster using only those monsters. This card is absolutely crazy because it is searchable off your copy of Bearbrum, and it basically says special summon out a copy of Shirog from your extract, giving you an interruption against the opponent while also getting us a boss monster out on our side of the field. And this card is just absolutely crazy as a one-of in the deck. We then play 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. If we didn't already play enough hand traps, this card is basically just a monster negate to basically lock down entire columns of spells and traps while also negating monster effects, which is just really good to be able to do in this deck. And we have a lot of room in this deck to play hand traps, which is why we're playing so many in the build in the pure version of Tri-Brigade. So that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's get in to the extra deck. So for the extra deck, guys, we're going to start off with Shirog the Ominous Omens, one of the best Link monsters ever created and one of the best artworks ever created. This card is amazing in the build because if this card is special summoned, or if another Beast Warrior or Wing Beast monster is special summoned to your side of the field, you can banish 1 card on the field, non-targeting, which is so cool about this card. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add a Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast monster from your deck to your hand whose level is less than or equal to the number of your banished Beast Warrior, and Wing Beast monsters, meaning you can actually search out cards like DD Crow, which is so cool about this card's ability. We then play a single copy of Rugal. I don't make Rugal all that often, but it is a really good option just in case you need to. We then play a single copy of Bearbrum. Bearbrum is really good because it can help you get to your copy of Revolt, because this card has the ability that you can discard 2 cards and then target one of your banished level 4 or lower Beast Warrior Wing Beast monsters and special summon it. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add a Tri-Brigade spell or trap from your deck to your hand, then place 1 card from your hand on the bottom of the deck, which is a really good effect to just instantly get to a copy of our Revolt so that we can go in for our plays. We then play 2 copies of Frigid. Frigid's really good in the deck as a 2-of because this card has a great effect. During your main phase, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower Beast Warrior or Wing Beast monster from your hand. Also, you cannot use monsters as link material for the rest of the turn except Beast Warrior Wing Beast monsters. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can draw a card and then place a card from your hand on the bottom of the deck, which is great to help you just fix your hands. We then play a single copy of Access Code. Access Code is just great in the deck as a 1-out to be able to pop multiple cards on the field. Plus we'll play a lot of attributes in the extract, so this card is just really good overall. We then play a single copy of Appaloosa. Appaloosa is really good because you usually end on Appaloosa, and this card just gives you multiple monster negates, which is really nice. We then play a single copy of the Smorg Link monster. This card is still at 3 in Master Duel. It's just absolutely crazy. You can still play this card in Master Duel. Hopefully we see this card come back to the TCG soon, because we don't have Barrier Statue anymore in the TCG, but this card is insane in Master Duel because it helps us special summon another copy of Mist Valley Apex Avian, which is so cool to get that card out on our side of the field to establish another negate on top of everything else that we already established in the deck. And this card just turbos out cards out to our side of the field, and it's a really good card overall in the deck. We then play a single copy of Donner so we can pop cards on the field. We play a single copy of Ancient Warrior Oath, Double Dragon Lord. This card is really easy to summon out with our Tri-Brigade monster effects since it is a Beast Warrior, and has a great ability, quick effect. You can send a card from your hand or field to the graveyard, then target a face-up card your opponent controls and return it back to the hand, which is great to use this card as a bounce. We then play a single copy of Lightheart because it is a Link 1, which is really nice to be able to use in the deck just to give us an additional name in the grave. We then play a single copy of Alamiraj. Alamiraj is amazing just in case we open up a card like Nirval or Kit. We can normal summon it out to our side of the field and then link it away for a copy of Alamiraj to kind of sort of start our plays, which is really nice. Finally, we play a single copy of Omega because we do play Gamma and Driver in the deck, so we want to be able to synchro into this card to go in and rip a card out of our opponent's hand because they've already hand trapped us. Now we can use this card to get an additional card out of their hand while also getting us a boss monster on the field, which is really nice. It's going to come back over and over again. So that's it for the deck, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. This deck is super fun. If you guys have never played Tri-Brigade before, you should definitely give this deck a try in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel because it's a really fun deck to be able to play, and it's actually super simple how easy it is to establish boards with this deck. So that's going to do it for this one, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell and there so you can become part of Notification Squad, and we'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.